I was tagged in this post, and this goes along with the whole malfunctioning wife appliance concept that I've been talking about. How men literally see us as a wife appliance, caretakers, incubators, pretty much that's it. They don't see us as humans. And as more and more women talk about this, talk about our humanity, the things that we feel, the fact that we are, in fact, human beings, I think that is going to continue to cause friction because they see us as things to hold and then get rid of when they are done with it. Now, let's get into this woman's post. She says the fact that men repeatedly refuse to view women as fellow human beings is so exhausting. She says this is probably the most obvious rant I could do, but I am so sick of it. And I'm not necessarily talking about the sexualization, but the continuous way men take us for granted. They act like women don't truly feel pain or sorrow or hurt. They ask us to do all the housework, push ourselves above and beyond to care for the kids and family. We see each other do it and repeat the patterns because that is the whole wife appliance concept. Men who keep never thinking of how their actions hurt, never being there or trying to help things get better. But then when they need help, we are expected to carry the emotional burden because we're also their entertainment and supposedly their therapist. To these women, we are just a girlfriend, a wife, a mother, not truly a human being, just an accessory for emotional companionship and sex, because we aren't truly people like other men are. My esteemed sperm donor pushed my mom above and beyond with putting house labor, weaponized incompetence, and she had enough. She's missing a word, but it just sounds like he put everything on her mother. She cheated, and I'm not here to defend it, but he was not innocent. She tried to resolve it, get a divorce, negotiate, and instead he couldn't control his anger. He keeps insisting they can get back together while spreading rumors about my mother. He has spent so much time trying to throw her under the bus despite claiming he still loves her. He is now trying to date, to flirt with other women, but not because they are humans, but because he wants a new companion. I'd be okay with him moving on, but he hasn't really done it. He's still insisting they can fix it while dehumanizing her to coworkers and friends. At first, I had sympathy for him. I thought he'd get better with the divorce, but it's just getting worse. He's not even honest. My mom has shared too much proof showing how he is actively bullying her, sending her sexist and shitty memes, and his behavior doesn't fit what he's telling me. Was my mother ever really a human to him? Are we ever human to these men? Because it's not just him. Be it young men lying about their motives to try to get partners, of men not respecting women's rights or demand they change. All they think about is our looks or something to possess without really knowing the person. It's clear they don't want a partner, not a fellow human to share life with, but a decoration, a complement for sex or emotional care, maybe a companion for sex or emotional care, but not real care. Will we ever be human and not something akin to a pet? All right, she says, sorry, I just really needed to vent. And I get it. I completely get it. And what she did describe is something akin to a pet, but a pet that they can screw. It's this part right here for me. How he's trying to date, how he's trying to fill in that void, because a wife appliance does a lot. A wife appliance is there emotionally, physically, all of the things, being a servant, the chef, the house cleaner, all of that. And then when the wife appliance ups and leaves, then they have to fill that void. And they're, like she said, it's not like they're really looking for another human. They're just looking for a wife appliance or some kind of utility to fill in all of those needs, not because he wants to do some give and take that goes along with a relationship, just because he just needs a human to service him. And until they get it, until they get that we are humans with needs, they're never going to be fully fulfilled because women will continue to leave, especially as we are coming into this thought process that I deserve more. I can be by myself and be perfectly fine. Bulldog Blue says one example of where this phenomenon is really evident is the sheer number of men who get divorced, then within a year or so have married another woman. Women remarrying so soon after divorce is super rare by comparison. Now, I won't say it's the case every time, as I'm sure sometimes it's genuine love and a whirlwind romance. But a lot of time, if a guy is remarrying that fast, it's less about wanting to marry the specific woman he's marrying and more about wanting to be married to a woman who can give him all of the benefits of marriage he got so used to enjoying. True Creature says it's same when a spouse dies too. Both my uncle and my grandfather were married within a year of their wives dying because they needed another mommy to take care of them. And this is where I was tagged in. Terrible Custer says, as Bourbon Bougie calls it, they need a new wife appliance. Fandom reference here says, it wasn't until after my father died that I could see how my mom was merely an accessory in his life. A very important accessory, yes, and integral to his identity, but that's all it was. Same with us kids. It's staggering to witness. And here's the OP saying, I am so sorry. As someone who is seeing a new side of a father I loved, it's honestly, I don't know, heart wrenching. It is heart wrenching because they don't see you. And if they don't see your mother as human, they won't see you as a daughter, as a human. You are literally an accessory, just an extension of him, not your own person. Outside Memory is wondering what was different after his death, or did he just not have any possessions connected to his family? She doesn't answer. Cellophane says, on Thursday, my coworkers were doing locker room talk at a bar after work. The way they talked about women as if they're just pieces of meat really upset me. And it really should, because we are more than that. Maybe Batch says, I work at a male dominated company, and a few years ago there was a guy who worked there that was super attractive and single. He took the already idiotic way the guy spoke about women up to 1 million. I work with educated men in a professional setting. They would gather around like horny little junior high kids and talk about the new one he was seeing daily, always giggling like idiots at how dumb these girls were. Never a name, always an identifier. The blonde one, the flexible one, the one with the big boobs. They not only openly talked about women like they were meat, they openly treated me like if I had negative feelings on that subject, that I was the problem. I scoffed once and got called a prude at work. And this was normal to literally all of them. Women are awakening to our humanity, and it is great to see women questioning these things, that we are more than just a wife and a mother. We are more than that. We're more than just the caretakers of the homes. And this is going to continue to extend to our daughters. And this is the reason why they want to continue to squash social media. They want to squash us talking in public. They want to paint women that walk away from marriage as bitter. They want to paint feminists as bitter for asking for more, for demanding to be more than just wives and mothers. Now, they have painted, the powers that be have painted motherhood and being a wife as the ultimate thing. They have literally sold that marketing. Like, you should just be wanting to cook and clean. That's the ultimate goal in life. They want you to buy into that so that you just do your duty as a servant and just be quiet about it. But we're not being quiet anymore because we can be more and we are more. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to tag me over here on Reddit. I do see the tags. I do get overwhelmed with tags, but I do see the tags, and we need to continue to have these conversations. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.